Some hits aren't born overnight. They stumble, stall, sit on shelves. Then something changes. A live performance, a second chance, and the flop becomes unforgettable. These are 10 flop rock songs from the 1970s that turned into hits. Number 10. Dream On by Aerosmith. When Aerosmith released their self-titled debut on January 5, 1973, Columbia Records focused promotional efforts on Bruce Springsteen, whose debut dropped the same day. Rolling Stone didn't review the Aerosmith album. Steven Tyler wrote Dream On years before Aerosmith formed. He composed the music on a Steinway upright piano at 17, inspired by his father's classical playing. The lyrics came during album sessions, a song about dreaming until dreams come true. Released as a single in June 1973, Dream On peaked at number 59 on the Billboard Hot 100. It hit big in Boston, but went nowhere nationally. The album stalled at number 166. Joe Perry admitted in his memoir he wasn't crazy about the song because it was slow, but they worked it in live shows until it became a showstopper. Aerosmith toured relentlessly. Get Your Wings, in 1974, earned their first gold record. Toys in the Attic, in 1975, became a major breakthrough. Manager David Krebs convinced Columbia to give Dream On another chance. In December 1975, Columbia re-released it. This time, it caught fire. It debuted at number 81 on January 10, 1976, broke into the top 40 on February 14th, and peaked at number 6 on April 10th, spending 20 weeks on the charts. Dream On became the blueprint for power ballads. It showcased Tyler's trademark scream and proved hard rock bands could craft emotional ballads without losing their edge. The song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2018. Without that 1975 re-release, one of rock's most iconic power ballads might have been forgotten. Number 9. I Want You to Want Me by Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick formed in Rockford, Illinois in 1973. They toured constantly, building their reputation the hard way. Their 1977 debut received critical praise but sold poorly. Oh Candy failed to chart. Their second album, In Color, came later in 1977. Guitarist Rick Nielsen wrote I Want You to Want Me as an over-the-top pop parody. The mid-tempo studio version featured honky-tonk piano. Released as a single, it went nowhere in America. Didn't chart at all. But Japanese fans loved Cheap Trick. All 3 albums went gold in Japan. I Want You to Want Me reached number 1 there. When they toured Japan in April 1978, they experienced Beatlemania-level hysteria. The band recorded concerts at Nippon Budokan in Tokyo on April 28th and 30th, 1978. They restored I Want You to Want Me to their setlist since Japanese audiences loved it. The Budokan recording captured something missing from the studio version: raw energy and audience interaction. When the band sang Cryin', Cryin', Crying, the crowd mimicked it, creating call and response magic. Cheap Trick at Budokan was meant only for Japan, but import copies flooded America. Epic Records released it domestically in February 1979. The album went triple platinum. The live version reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 in April 1979, becoming their biggest-selling single. It hit number 2 in Canada. The song that couldn't chart in its studio version became a top 10 smash. The success forced them to delay Dream Police for 8 months. The live album peaked at number 4 and turned them from club act to arena headliners overnight. Number 8. Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss. Kiss struggled early. Their 1974 debut flopped. Their theatrical makeup act seemed too strange for mainstream America. Neil Bogart, head of Casablanca Records, stopped their Hotter Than Hell tour in early 1975 and ordered them to write an anthem. He wanted a song fans could rally behind. Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons wrote Rock and Roll All Night, inspired by Slade's Mama We're All Crazy Now. Released on April 2, 1975, it peaked at number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100, hardly the breakthrough they needed. The band knew it worked better live. Casablanca released Alive in September 1975, recorded at Cobo Hall in Detroit. Rock and Roll All Night closed the album with Ace Frehley adding a new guitar solo. The live version, released as a single in October 1975, peaked at number 12 in early 1976. Alive reached number 9 and went triple platinum. Rock and Roll All Night became Kiss's signature song, closing nearly every concert with confetti and pyrotechnics. It's been ranked among the greatest rock anthems by VH1 and Rolling Stone. Number 7. Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Elton John dominated the early 70s with 16 consecutive Billboard Hot 100 Top 20 hits and 7 number 1 albums between 1972 and 1976. But not every song succeeded. Tiny Dancer appeared on his 1971 album Madman Across the Water. Bernie Taupin wrote lyrics about his first wife, inspired by California's rock scene. The 6-minute song built slowly to an emotional crescendo. Released as a single, it failed to crack the top 40. Some suggested the single edit damaged the song, removing key moments. Hardcore fans loved it, but casual listeners didn't know it. Then came 2000 and Almost Famous. Cameron Crowe used Tiny Dancer in a memorable bus scene where everyone sings along after a period of tension. The scene captured music's healing power. The Almost Famous scene introduced Tiny Dancer to a new generation. Radio stations added it to rotation. The song that had been a minor footnote became one of Elton John's most beloved tracks. A movie scene accomplished what radio couldn't in 1971. It revealed the magic that had been there all along. Number 6. Maggie May by Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart's breakthrough came from a B-side, an unlikely origin for one of rock's greatest songs. The British vocalist had spent the 60s honing his craft with the Jeff Beck Group and Faces before launching a solo career in 1970. His debut, Every Picture Tells a Story, was set for 1971 release, but Mercury Records struggled to identify the hit single. Stewart and guitarist Ron Wood wrote Maggie May about an older woman Stewart knew in his youth. The song told the story with disarming honesty and humor, capturing both the attraction and awkwardness of that relationship. The arrangement featured a distinctive mandolin riff played by Ray Jackson, acoustic guitars, and Stewart's raspy vocals delivering the story like a personal confession. Mercury Records selected Reason to Believe as the A-side single. Maggie May was relegated to the B-side. The song record labels typically don't promote. The label didn't see hit potential. Too long, too story-driven, not commercial enough for top 40 radio. Radio DJs had different ideas. They started flipping the record over and playing Maggie May instead of the intended A-side. Listeners responded immediately to the song's authenticity and that unforgettable mandolin riff. The hook grabbed attention from the first notes and never let go. Number 5. Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. Eric Clapton's masterpiece took years to find its audience. Clapton formed Derek and the Dominoes in 1970 with Bobby Whitlock, Carl Radle, and Jim Gordon. Duane Allman joined for the Layla and other assorted love song sessions, adding his distinctive slide guitar that would make the song legendary. Clapton wrote Layla about his unrequited love for Pattie Boyd, who was married to his friend George Harrison. The song expressed desperate longing and emotional anguish in raw, unflinching terms. The 7-minute track featured 2 distinct sections: the famous guitar riff and impassioned verses, followed by Jim Gordon's piano coda that provided bittersweet resolution. Released as a single in 1971, Layla went nowhere. The album sold poorly despite its undeniable quality. The band dissolved in 1971 after personal conflicts and severe drug issues tore them apart. Layla seemed destined to be an obscure album track known only to Clapton devotees and the most dedicated rock fans. But the song refused to die. FM rock stations started playing it, drawn to the passionate vocals and incredible guitar interplay between Clapton and Allman. The song's raw emotion connected with listeners who actually heard it. Word of mouth spread slowly but steadily through 1971 and 1972. Layla has been re-released, remastered, and reimagined multiple times over the decades. Clapton's 1992 acoustic unplugged version became a massive hit, introducing the song to an entirely new generation. But the original 1970 recording remains the definitive version: raw, desperate, and utterly unforgettable. Number 4. Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen's breakthrough nearly didn't happen. After 2 critically acclaimed but commercially unsuccessful albums, Columbia Records was losing patience. The label threatened to drop him. Springsteen needed a hit, or his career might end before it truly began. The pressure was crushing. Springsteen worked on Born to Run for 6 months, obsessing over every detail with producer John Landau. He wanted to create the greatest rock and roll song ever recorded. Phil Spector's Wall of Sound, meeting teenage dreams and escape fantasies. The lyrics captured working-class kids desperate to break free from dead-end lives in small-town America. Recording sessions at 914 Sound Studios were grueling. Springsteen demanded absolute perfection, doing take after take until every element clicked. The production layered guitars, glockenspiel, strings, and Clarence Clemons' soaring saxophone solo into something massive and cinematic. The song ran nearly 4.5 minutes, too long for standard radio formats. Released as a single in August 1975, Born to Run initially struggled to gain traction. Radio stations hesitated to play such a long, dense track. The song was too epic, too ambitious, too much for AM radio formats that dominated Top 40. It looked like another Springsteen near miss, another critical success that couldn't connect commercially. The song became an anthem for anyone who ever wanted to escape, to find something better, to be reborn through motion, speed, and music. Decades later, New Jersey adopted it as an unofficial state anthem, playing it at countless events and celebrations. It defined Springsteen's entire career and became one of rock's most enduring classics. Number 3. Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. After Dream On finally became a hit in 1976, Aerosmith needed to sustain their momentum. Their 1975 album Toys in the Attic included several strong tracks, but Sweet Emotion initially struggled to find traction. Written by Steven Tyler and bassist Tom Hamilton, Sweet Emotion opened with one of rock's most distinctive bass lines. Hamilton's bass established the groove before the guitars entered, creating an instantly recognizable introduction. The song combined swagger with melody, typical of Aerosmith at their peak. Released as a single in May 1975, Sweet Emotion reached only number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100. Respectable, but not the major hit the band needed. Radio played it, but not heavily. The song seemed like another moderate success rather than a breakthrough. But Sweet Emotion had staying power. As Toys in the Attic sold more copies and Aerosmith toured relentlessly, the song kept gaining fans. FM rock stations made it a staple. That bass line became instantly recognizable on rock radio. The song's reputation grew steadily. When Dream On was re-released and became a top 10 hit in 1976, it drove new interest in Aerosmith's catalog. Sweet Emotion benefited from this renewed attention. The song was re-released and performed better the second time around. Both songs helped push Toys in the Attic to multi-platinum status. Sweet Emotion became one of Aerosmith's signature songs, showcasing their ability to create catchy, riff-driven rock with attitude. The bass line is taught in music schools. The song appears on every Aerosmith compilation and remains a classic rock radio staple. Number 2. Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. Blue Oyster Cult built their reputation on hard-driving rock, but Don't Fear the Reaper took a completely different approach. Guitarist Buck Dharma wrote the song inspired by thoughts about mortality and the romantic idea that love transcends death. The lyrics referenced Romeo and Juliet and other legendary lovers united in death. The song featured an unusual structure for hard rock: acoustic guitars, no bass during verses, a mellow, almost ethereal vibe that built gradually. The band worried it wasn't heavy enough for their core audience. Some members questioned whether it fit their hard rock image. Record company executives weren't sure it would work as a single at all. Released from the 1976 album Agents of Fortune, Don't Fear the Reaper almost got buried by the label. They initially didn't push it hard. Rock radio programmers weren't sure what to make of it. Too soft for album rock, too weird for top 40 formats. The song sat without much attention for weeks. The cowbell became legendary in rock culture. The story goes that producer David Lucas wanted more cowbell in the mix, though the actual truth may be more complex and less dramatic. Regardless, the cowbell defines the song for millions of listeners. Saturday Night Live immortalized it in their More Cowbell sketch with Christopher Walken, introducing the song to an entirely new generation, decades later. Don't Fear the Reaper proved that a hard rock band could score a major hit with a melodic, thoughtful song about mortality. It remains one of classic rock's most played songs, proving that the flop nobody believed in became the hit that defined an entire career. Number 1. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Record executives told Queen that nobody would play a 6-minute song that mixed opera, rock, and ballad without any chorus. Freddie Mercury refused to cut a single second. He knew what he created was special, even if the music industry didn't understand it. Mercury worked on Bohemian Rhapsody for years, composing different sections at different times. The song told a story: a young man confessing to murder, facing consequences, ultimately seeking redemption. Or maybe it meant something else entirely. Mercury never fully explained it, letting listeners interpret for themselves. The recording sessions were expensive and complex. Queen spent 3 weeks at 5 different studios, layering 180 vocal overdubs to create the operatic section. They pushed 1975 recording technology to its limits. The tape literally became transparent from being played so many times during overdubs. A Night at the Opera was Queen's most expensive album to date. Record company executives worried about recouping costs. When they heard Bohemian Rhapsody proposed as the lead single, they thought Mercury was crazy. Radio would never play it. It was too long, too complex, too strange. Bohemian Rhapsody was released as a single on October 31, 1975. It shot to number 1 in the UK and stayed there for 9 weeks, an unprecedented run. In America, it reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song divided critics but united fans who recognized something revolutionary. The promotional video Queen created for the song is considered one of the first true music videos. Shot in just 4 hours, for £4,500, it showed the band's faces in the iconic diamond formation, then displayed visual effects during the operatic section. MTV would later credit it as pioneering the music video format. Bohemian Rhapsody has never stopped being relevant. It was re-released after Mercury's death in 1991 and topped charts again. The 2018 film Bohemian Rhapsody introduced it to yet another generation, driving streams to over 1 billion. It's regularly voted the greatest song ever recorded in UK polls. The song that executives said was too weird became one of the most successful singles in history. Mercury's refusal to compromise gave the world something unprecedented. Bohemian Rhapsody proved that commercial success and artistic ambition aren't mutually exclusive. These 10 songs remind us that hits aren't always obvious from the start. Sometimes the best music needs time to find its audience and connect with listeners. Sometimes a live performance reveals what a studio recording couldn't quite capture. Sometimes a movie scene, a DJ's instinct, or simple persistence turns a forgotten song into an enduring classic. Every one of these tracks became essential to rock history and the soundtrack of the 70s. They defined careers, influenced entire generations of musicians, and proved that great music finds a way to survive and thrive. The flops that became hits often outlasted the sure-thing singles that everyone in the industry expected to dominate the charts. If you enjoyed discovering the stories behind these comeback hits, hit that like button and subscribe for more music history deep dives. Which of these songs surprised you most? What other flops turned into hits should we cover in a future video? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep believing in second chances, trust your own taste, and never underestimate the power of great music to find its audience.